All right, when graphing functions, the input represents the x part of the ordered pair when we're graphing. And remember, x tells you whether to go left or right on the graph. So the number you plug in for x in a function also represents how far left or right you go. So if the x value in a function was 2, you'd go 2 to the right. The output represents the y part of an ordered pair, which tells you how far up or down to go. And remember, so then after we plug in x, we get an answer for y, and that tells us, that can tell us how far up or down to go. So what we're going to do is here's an example of a function. We're going to choose several of our own inputs, I've chosen them for you in this case, to plug into this y equals 2x plus 1 function. So first we're going to plug in y equals 2 times, 2 times negative 2. Remember, 2x means multiply, plus 1, and 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, plus 1 is negative 3. So that's our output and our y value. So we're going to do that for all of them real quick here. So 2 times negative 1 plus 1 would give us an answer of negative 1. Finally, 2 times 0 plus 1 is 1. And continuing on, 2 times 1 plus 1 is 3. And 2 times 2 plus 1 is 5. Okay, so what we have here is we have an x value. Every time I plug that in, I'm going to get the same y value. So those are kind of like partners, they're pairs. So what that represents is the ordered pair. So for this example, we have an ordered pair now of negative 2 and negative 3. So we're going to use this to make a graph. So if I look, I'm going to go back. Remember, x tells you left and right. So I'm going to go back to negative 2 and down to negative 3 and make a dot. That's my first dot. In order to make a line, you need 2 dots to be able to connect them to make a line. We're going to go ahead and graph all of these. So if I plug in negative 1, I get an output of negative 1. So I'm going to make, that's my ordered pair. I go down, back to the left and down 1. My next one would be 0, so I don't go over any, but I'm going to go up to 1. There's my next dot. Okay. My next input, so again, remember an ordered pair looks like this, where x comes first, y comes second, and this one tells us to go left and right, the y tells us to go up or down. So now I have go over to the 1, up to the 3. Notice how this is kind of making a nice line, and then I go over to the 2 and up to the 5. So now I can connect those with a line. So I've just graphed the function. Whatever you plug in for x represents your x value, telling you whether to go left and right. I'm trying to draw an arrow, left or right, arrow. It's bad. And y tells you whether to go up or down. So whatever number comes out over here, those guys, that tells you whether to go up or down.